Beer News. Hello friends that like beer. In the beer news for the edition 105 of the program Sobre Cerveja com Professor Cesar Peixoto, with music from the Brazilian band Made in Rock. Instagram, banda_made_in_rock. We highlight Brazilian federal government Ministry of Tourism releases $1 billion credit for bars, restaurants, and other companies from the tourism area. It is a loan for bars, restaurants, and tourism companies, such as agencies and guides. Credit lines will have a 12-month grace period and an interest rate below 0.9% per month. Micro and small entrepreneurs can take up to $200,000. Medium-sized companies will have access to $600,000, and the large companies will have access to $6 million each. The measure comes at a good time, mainly because micro and small businessmen have reduced the credit options in large banks, says Paulo Somucci, president of Abracel. Caixa Econômica and 17 other financial institutions, including regional banks, will operate the loans in Brazil. Report of the Nielsen Group with data from the Brazilian beer market in 2019 shows important movements. Ambev, subsidiary of the AB InBev Group in Brazil, lost 2.3% of its share in the Brazilian beer market throughout 2019. According to the data, the Heineken Group grew 0.9%, and the Group Petropolis grew 0.6%. The Heineken Group grew very solidly because it did it with its main label, with Heineken beer establishing itself as the reference of the premium segment in Brazil. The Group Petropolis had its advance credited mainly by the increasing consumption of the label Petra, a label positioned in the premium segment, but with a special or craft beer appeal. Craft breweries had their market share increased from 3.5% to 4.4%, according to Nielsen, a movement that has been advancing steadily in recent years. In 2019, Brazilian beer market sold 13.3 billion liters. Ambev has 59.4% of market share. In second, we have Heineken with 21%. Third, Group Petropolis with 15.2%, and the others with 4.4%. BrewDog's 10-point plan serves as a reference for the reopening of bars and restaurants. It is true that the steps adopted by BrewDog need to be appropriate to the legal issues of each country, but they serve as inspiration for each bar and restaurant or even entrepreneurs from other areas to make their reopening planning. BrewDog points are: 1. Contactless orders via application. 2. Employees who wear face masks and gloves all the time. 3. Sanitizing stations with easy access for everyone. 4. Clearly visible signs and guidelines for social distance. 5. Layout standard furniture to create the space for social distance. 6. Ability to monitor audiences continuously. 7. Cashless payment only through the application or card payment. 8. Single-use menus. 9. Screens for physical separation of tables available upon request. And 10. Cleaning surfaces every 15 minutes. From a management point of view, it is indisputable that the gradual reopening of businesses adapted to the new health security requirements implied an increase in fixed costs and a demand for investments, and the companies are at a time of reduced cash flow, if not negative. It is essential to make credit available to consumers, but also for companies to adapt to the new reality to come. Reopening in Australia. After more than 2 months of social isolation, which included lockdown measures, several states in Australia dawned on May 15, Friday, with quarantine-relation protocols after reducing the new coronavirus cases by more than 14 continuous days. In Sydney, the country's most populous city, restaurants, cafes, and bars are slowly reopening. Locations, however, can only allow up to 10 users at a time. The gradual reopening of establishments is an attempt by the Australian federal government to resume economic activities. Australia lost 594,000 jobs in April. The slow and sure process of reopening started as part of a plan by the Australian Prime Minister to resume in 3 stages with blockades until June. South Korea implements lockdown for bars and clubs again. South Korea ordered all bars and clubs in the capital city of Seoul to close again after 35 new cases of coronavirus were reported in Itaewon, a Seoul neighborhood known for its nightlife. In order to contain the spread of the coronavirus, authorities have already tested more than 2,450 people who went to the night spots in the Itaewon neighborhood at the time in question. 86 people had tested positive. The officials want to test 3,000 more who have been visiting the area in that time. Contagion after the pandemic is seen as controlled has been a real concern in South Korea and China, and another factor of tension for countries that are beginning to relax the containment measures. Now we always have a song opening and closing the videos. Bands wish to promote their material can contact WhatsApp 5521988834944. Each video is open for sponsorship as well as the all-week program. If you want to sponsor, you can contact WhatsApp 5521988834944. Our tasting, essa está gelada, in Portuguese on Thursdays. It will be live on Instagram at Cesar Peixoto F1, always at 20 o'clock Brazilian hour. Later, the video goes to our YouTube channel. The full videos can be seen on our YouTube channel, Sobre Cerveja com Prof. Cesar Peixoto. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share with friends, and invite them to subscribe to the channel too. The other social networks where we publish the video calls are Instagram at Cesar Peixoto F1, Twitter at Cesar Peixoto F1, Facebook cesarpeixoto.info.br. For contact, we have the email progsobrecerveja@gmail.com and the WhatsApp 5521988834944. The structure of the program includes this one video in English every Monday, the beer news. The other videos from Monday to Friday are in Portuguese. This was the beer news for the edition 105 of the program Sobre Cerveja com Professor Cesar Peixoto, with music from the Brazilian band Made in Rock. Instagram banda_made_in_rock.
Sobre cerveja, informação, entretenimento e os prazeres do mundo cervejeiro. A apresentação, professor Cesar Peixoto.